everybody, my name's Ryan. Today we're going to be discussing weight management and obesity. So some of the things we're going to cover is how to assess your own eating habits, different healthy food alternatives that you can eat. We're going to discuss diseases that can accompany obesity and being overweight. We'll talk about easy exercises that you can do at home. We'll also talk about how to fill out a food log. We'll talk about daily obstacles to eating healthy and exercising, and then we'll also talk about a weight loss contract for those who need to lose weight or are ready to lose weight. So the first thing we'll talk about is the eating habits questionnaire. If you look at my PowerPoint, there is a link in the resource section towards the back. If you want to fill it out, you can. Otherwise, it looks like this. It is an eating habits questionnaire. So the first page is just giving you examples and how you're supposed to fill it out. So then on the second page, it talks about worksite eating habits. It will ask you questions about if you eat healthy, if your coworkers aid into you eating healthy, or if they bring unhealthy snacks for you, things like that. And then it also talks about your family eating habits. It asks you if you live by yourself or if you live with other people. If you do live with other people, are they adults? Do you have kids? Because we all know if you have kids, that can affect how you eat every day, because your kid may not like the food that you eat. They may only eat chicken nuggets. It also will go into your personal dietary assessment. So that includes dairy, fruits, vegetables. It also talks about the meats that you eat, if you eat any sweets, do you eat a lot of candy, and the types of beverages that you eat, that you drink. Because I know I drink a lot of calories through lattes and things like that. And so it just goes through different things that really makes you aware of what you end up eating. Then also we're going to discuss the different foods that you can eat and how you should proportion it. So the biggest way that you should proportion your, let's just say dinner, because that's easy, your half of your plate should be fruits and vegetables. Then a quarter of your plate should be whole grains, and then the other quarter should be your protein. So different healthy foods for you to eat regarding like vegetables. We all know there is a ton of vegetables that you can eat nowadays, and there's different ways that you can make it. You know, you got broccoli, asparagus, sweet potato instead of like a baked potato is usually a better alternative. Corn's usually more starchy, so that's one of them that you probably shouldn't go towards. You know, there's tons of vegetables and different ways you can cook it to make it good and delicious. Then as far as like whole grains, you know, you can do brown rice. You can do quinoa is a really big one right now. You can also, you know, you try to stay away from like what they call like white bread or white rice, because really it doesn't have as many of the whole grains, and that's where all the nutrition is. So you should try to stay away from the white breads and stick to like brown rice or quinoa, whole grain type things. Then as far as your protein, you're supposed to limit more red meat and avoid like processed meats like your bacon or sausage. Those usually have a lot of salt, and especially if you have any heart conditions, isn't the best thing for you to be eating. And then so in terms of like ways to cook your food, you should cook it with like different oils, like olive oil or coconut oil is a huge fad right now. You know, go through that versus like your unhealthy oils that have like trans fat in it. Then also, as far as the drinks, you should always try to stick to drinking as much water as possible, or in the morning coffee and then tea. Try to limit your dairy to 1 or 2 servings per day, as well as only like 1 serving of juice. And try to eliminate soda, because soda in general is just not very good for you. Also, so we're going to discuss now different comorbidities, which are other diseases that accompany being overweight or obese. So we all have the ones that we all know: hypertension, diabetes. Those are your 2 main ones, as well as heart disease, especially if you're not eating right. If you're not eating right, those are your biggest risks if you are also overweight. So different things that can occur, hypertension, you can have stroke, heart attack, that can all lead to it if it's not managed. And same with diabetes. If you have diabetes, if you're not managing it, if you're not eating right, it just gets worse. You can get peripheral neuropathy, you lose the feeling in your feet, as well as you can potentially have eye troubles because of what they call retinopathy. So really the biggest thing in helping you avoid those is by eating healthy and staying active. Those are really the two biggest things that you can do to try to avoid that. Next, we're going to talk about working out. We all know that working out can be really, really difficult, especially if you're working 40 hours a week, you have a family, it's really hard to find the time to do it. So the biggest way that you're going to be able to try to fit it in is just try in the morning, wake up 30 minutes earlier, or in the evening. If you can try to just squeeze in 30 minutes of working out, it can really help you. It just makes your life a lot easier. So some easy things to do in terms of working out. You can do squats, do 20 squats a day. And you can do push-ups. I myself do not like push-ups because I'm not good at them, but it's still great to do them because it helps you. Doing lunges, 10 on each leg a day. If you're able to get dumbbells, you can do bicep curls, or if you're not able to, you can even use a milk jug, and that can be your weight. You can also do 15 seconds of planks or jumping jacks. That gets in your cardio if you're not able to go for a run in the morning or go on a bike ride. Really, those are just really simple, easy ways for you to just try to squeeze in a small workout that gives you a full body workout. So we all know it's really difficult to try to get it done, but it also, you kind of just got to make yourself do it, because once you get out of it, it's hard to get back into the habit of working out, but it is really important in terms of your health. So next, we'll talk about a food log. So a food log is exactly what it sounds like. You write down what you ate, when you ate it. Some food logs are more in depth. So the American Heart Association has one. Here it is. So it's a little more in depth because it has calories. I personally don't count calories because usually if you're eating the right kind of foods and you're eating the correct portions, like, it really doesn't particularly matter how many calories are in it as long as you are aware of how much you're actually intaking. So the food log is pretty simple. You just write what you ate for like a breakfast, a snack, your lunch, another snack, and dinner. And that way you become aware of how much you eat, because I know myself, I like to go and get snacks after dinner, and really after dinner you probably shouldn't have a snack. So by keeping a food log, it keeps you a little more aware and more accountable of the different foods that you're actually eating and how often you go out to eat, and all those things that factor into not eating as healthy. So next we're going to talk about the readiness for weight loss. In terms of being ready for losing weight, that is the biggest key. If you're not actually in a mental state to lose weight, if you need to, you're not going to. That is the biggest thing psychologically. You have to be ready to do it. So some things, like we said earlier when we were talking about food, there's a lot of things that get in the way of working out and eating healthy. We all like to make excuses why we can't. And most of the time when it comes to like eating healthy, not everybody has time to cook a great dinner at home. They might just stop on the way home. I know I do it on, clinical days. It was much easier to just pick up some fast food on the way home versus actually getting home when you're tired and cooking your dinner. Same with working out. On your long days at work, especially us nurses, we have 12-hour shifts. We don't want to come home and work out. But it is really important that we try to keep doing it, even if it's only working out 2-3 days a week. So anyways, yeah, there's plenty of things that get in the way, like finances. That's another thing. Eating healthy is super expensive nowadays, but there's things like you can go shopping at Lidl or Aldi. They have a bunch of different stores now that are supposed to be healthy alternatives that are not as expensive. So another way in terms of like getting ready to lose weight, you have to be in a positive mindset. So one way to get in a positive mindset, and I'm not even sure who told me about this forever ago, but it helps. If you're ever feeling down or you feel like you don't want to do it, write down 3 good things about you that aren't related to your weight. Anything like that. Like, you're smart, you're beautiful, different things like that. So just write those 3 things down. If you're ever feeling discouraged, read it. Lastly, we're going to talk about our weight loss contract. So if anybody needs to actually lose weight, one way to make yourself accountable is by doing an actual weight loss contract. So here's what it looks like. So you basically just say, my personal contract, my name is Ryan. I currently weigh this much. I would like to lose this much by this day. And then you write the reasons you want to lose weight. You want to be healthier. You want to have 6-pack abs. Not happening for me. But you make your goals of why you want to lose weight. You want to lose weight so you can, go running with your grandkids. Whatever your reason may be, write down your reasons, sign it, and date it, and hold yourself accountable. That is the biggest thing. But anyways, I have passed my 10-minute mark. I hope you guys enjoy reading about it and watching my video. I'm going to post my PowerPoint as well as the video. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a good day.